Hi, my name is Jamie Novak, and this is Benny, as we call him in the barn. He is a Max Good and Plenty 3-year-old that is, he was in the Minnesota Futurity at the end of the last year. He was in a couple quarter horse shows prior to that, prepping for the 2-year-old Futurity. So he ended up 3rd overall in both the open and the closed MSSA Futurity. And he was just kind of a big growing colt. He's a good size. He's probably about 15, good 15.2, probably 15.3. 15.2 for sure. But a hefty 15.2, there you go. So anyhow, just a neat guy. He's got a lot of eye appeal, as you can see. He is registered with the Buckskin registry as well as the quarter horse. So I just kind of got him as a late 2-year, or not a late 2-year, but we got him in probably about March of last year, and he was still a stud. So we had to wait for him to kind of geld him and you know, introduce him to life as a gelding, and just kind of start from scratch there. So that was good. And then he's just been kind of a puppy dog type of personality. He doesn't have a motor on him at all. He's a very don't want to go anywhere type of horse. And he's only had the Bozell on probably about 5-6 times because of practicing for a horse show or whatever. Otherwise, he'd practice in a snaffle. He has, you can see, no motor. He has been in a bridle, so he knows what that's about. I think it was well, I call it the California, but I don't think it's called that technically. I think it's a spoon of some sort. So anyhow, just a mild ported one. He does better in that kind because he has a little longer neck, so it's nice to have that little more solid bars on the side of his mouth. But he is at the point where he needs some seasoning to get back out into the show pen. And the owner is an owner that you know, enjoys raising the babies. She raised him and has sent him out to me, and now she's got his full sister that is getting ready to come into training. So you know, as you know, economically, it's not a real feasible thing to have 2 horses in training at once. So unless you're, you know, well, used to be a Wall Street person. But so this is what we're doing is we're just getting him out there right now for somebody to be able to enjoy. He's going to work out great for a novice amateur. I have actually used him for a couple kids to be able to ride and use for lessons. And he did wonderful for them. So, and their legs barely came down below, and they loped him and they dragged him and they just giggled the whole time. He's just that kind of horse. So he likes to kind of go nowhere, and the more you kind of leave him alone, you know, the happier he is, and the more you kind of dink with him. Not that he won't tolerate dinking or anything. He knows how to be put under pressure, and he doesn't get all uptight or anything like that. So he's a pretty easygoing horse. But he's ready to move on to somebody that wants to show him, because I have enough junior horses that I don't really have the time to put into him to get him shown. So we're putting him up for sale. He's a pretty simple horse to ride. He doesn't take a lot. Warm-up wise, unless he's been sitting for a while, I don't usually lunge him. I just kind of hop on. He's been down the road, because I do road riding for steadiness and consistency and ADD factor. So we try to get rid of that since we don't have wiggle room. We just expose them. Easy. Good. He's just a nice, easy little ride. He's fun. He's kind of like riding a coach. So that's always fun to do. And somebody could take him over, and he's not what I would consider really a trainer's horse per se. He's a horse that somebody could take out there and just start playing with right now. And depending on how tough your competition is, you might be able to take him to a horse show within a month or two. It depends on your personality, I suppose, as well. But he's a little bit more of that do-to-do type of personality. As you could see, he can jog on a dime. He has no problem jogging, but if you don't kind of let your legs fluff a little bit, he might go, oh, okay, that's good enough, And you just have to remind him, no. Sometimes when you make a video, you forget a little bit what you're doing and don't concentrate as hard. And of course, they're going to try and get away with stuff, So he tends to like his right side a little bit more, so he leaves a lasting impression. But his left side is catching up. Easy. Good. So as you can see, he's pretty simple. I could always take more footage if he needed more footage, but I have been told that I'm a little windy, so I'm going to try and limit a little bit. Although if you're making a video trying to educate somebody, it's pretty hard to educate them as a mute. So, and I don't mean that offensively to anybody that might not be able to talk, but it is something that I do a lot of. And so anyhow, I could learn to shut up once in a while. But I suppose this is my personality, and this is what I like to do, is give everybody the biggest heads up they can possibly have to try to match them with the right horse, so they don't have to waste time flying out to try out a horse that they can tell right off the bat that they do not like at all, and that was misrepresented. Easy. So he's just a fun little horse. He's going to be really good horsemanship pattern horse too. He's pretty nifty. He can kind of turn really nice and easy and play around. Like I said, he has been exposed to the bridle, so he knows how to do that without a problem. Biggest thing with him is you just got to push him a little bit, because he'll try and get a little short on you, and he just needs a little bit more, like I said, seasoning, riding, wet saddle pads, I guess you could say. Easy. And that was my timer to myself to tell me not to gab too long. So my poor video gal gets so tired of having to try and fit it in the 10-minute YouTube version. So anyhow, that is as much as I'm going to do for you today. And if you are interested in him, why don't you go ahead and give us a call. His name is Benny, and like I said, he is registered with a quarter horse and buckskin registries, and he does have a brother out there that has won some pretty good. He won as a 2-year-old, I think something like the Tom Powers or something like that. Looks very similar to him, almost identical. And anyhow, this guy is a real solid horse, good-minded. He's listening to me gab. That's what the ear thing is. So otherwise, yeah, this is Benny. So if you want to let me know if you'd be interested in answering some more questions or coming to try him out, go ahead and just give me a call. My number is 218-251-2470. Thank you.